and we'll look at this. So what are our options here, chat? What are our two options? Whoops, it's Junkrat. Now, Junkrat in attack isn't great because you don't have space to set up on ahead of time. But I think our two options here are walking through choke and punishing Ryan, basically out spamming this angle here, the main angle, and so your team can walk through the choke easier. Or you can flank around this way and use this angle. And when you go this way, what you'll do is, number one, is you will use it, but you'll also probably kill whoever is here. So you'll want to quickly explode through, no pun intended, one tap or two tap whoever's here, or at least make them drop, and then either you can continue to run away this way, or you can just go back and play it to safety. Now, it's significant to note, and I think you need to be paying attention to this, that they do not have mobility, especially somebody like Tracer. So if you do go through this window and shoot them, you can continue to move in this direction and set up a deeper angle, and really nobody can go chase you down. If they do, they're risking their life, and they're not going to be able to 1v1 you. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so you can't choke that. I mean, you really just can't choke that. Like, that just can't happen. Like, it's your only angle that matters, and you just can't do it. Like, it just can't be done. Like, you need to hit this space because this Ana dies, and then you're able to maintain this angle for a couple more shots, and these shots are crucial because if you land a couple shots in Soldier, Zarya, or McCree here, that's going to take so much pressure off of your team. Be nice. I mean, it was a good combo. Like, if we actually look at the actual mechanics there, 1, 2. Like, really well done. It's like having the world's, it's like being a phenomenal like soccer player and kicking a goal, but as you're celebrating, you slip and fall flat in your bum. Like, congratulations, you look like a complete jackass, but I guess you got the job done. So we can't mess that up. We just can't. Now, what I would also do is, if this is a hero that you one trick or play a lot of, you need to find an angle where you can spam without actually physically presenting yourself on the angle. So this is where things like the Junkrat bounce locations actually matters, because if you can put angle pressure without physically having to be there, hey, there you go, chat. That's one thing that Junkrat can do. He can actually put pressure in space without actually having to physically be there. So in a way, that's kind of like his range. Now, it's inaccurate and messy and goofy, and you have to memorize the bounce spots, but there you go. Because if you could find a way to like position yourself up here and spam in a way that like actually contests his choke, or maybe you could find a bounce location that bounces off here and lands here, then that needs to be done. Yeah, you could probably hit the run in the back here. Yeah, that's what needs to be done. Because you standing in choke here, even though you're up one, is incredibly inefficient. Now, your Hanzo should be going up here. Your Hanzo should definitely be going up here. But we don't care about your team's misfortunes. We care about yours. And you're not contributing anything by walking down choke and shooting Ryan Shield. Because ultimately, that's like the slowest and most inefficient way of creating space that there possibly could be. Especially when you don't have a Ryan of your own. Like, you're going to have even though you're up 1, well, you're up 2 now, so maybe this won't be that bad. But even if with the Ana dead, you're going to have a really hard time getting through this choke doing that. You need to do this again. So I assume we're going to go for a jump again. Oh, jeez, dude. And honestly, like, I'm not even a fan of this jump. Like, I do not, like, let me make this very clear. I do not want you going on for aggressive plays 99% of the time. Tree, yeah. Unless you have both mines available. You need one for jump, you need the second one. If you get here without, like, mine, this is not good. Your ability to put pressure here is completely trash. Like, it's chunked. It's like gearing up for war and then forgetting to, like, leaving your shoes behind. Like, just take another 10, 15 seconds to do it right. It's not even 10, 15. It's like 7, 8 seconds or something like that. Like, please take the time to do it right. Because your ability to actually put pressure is, like, completely gimped. But this is what we were worried about. You're finding new and exciting ways to disappoint me in the same way. Like, you have to be really, really confident that whatever you're doing with only one mine is the right play. Be careful here. Be really careful here, please. You're not Tracer. They can push you. They can and should push you. You're pushing up way in front of your team on an angle that is fine, but you're doing way before your team can commit. You might die here. Yeah, you should have died there. So that was not good. Nice. Again, you were prioritizing an angle over just spamming down main. And I respect that. I respect that. I'm glad that we're not just AFK spamming it on a choke 24/7. But what makes this work is because it's a kill that is easier for you to get because of the shorter sight line that you're operating. And it's also a kill that matters. This kill on McCree is very helpful because he's going to murder your team. He's got a great, dangerous position. The Zarya on the floor a million miles away, you don't care about. The Ana on high ground, you care about. The McCree on high ground, you care about. You don't care about this. And I hope this tower works well. I'm scared of Helix, though. Yeah, that was not going to work. Could have seen, I mean, like anybody could have seen that. But again, do we see our target priority here? We go up for the play, and who do we prioritize? Instantly, you clear out Soldier because you know Soldier is going to kill you, or you're going to kill him. That there's no in between. So you prioritize him. I will point out though that what is my problem with this engage though? No mine. Look at this. What if he runs away here? What if he meant now your Zarya follows up, but no mine. You literally had to wait 2 seconds before, or not even 2 seconds, like a second and a half. Maybe 2 seconds, I don't know, where you could have done this. Because like, look, right, now you jump, then you've got it. It's like 2 or 3 seconds. You needed 1 mine to get it done, and you couldn't wait. Okay, ignore the Zarya for me. Well, we can't make that jump. I knew, yeah, you should know. You gotta know you can't make that jump, man. You gotta know you can't make that jump. So what was the play here then, chat? What was the play? What was the play? If you're here, you should know that you can't make this jump from like below where you started. So you were down here. So where should our Junkrat have jumped to instead? Go back to high ground. Exactly. Go right back to high ground. Go right back to here to cover, or right back to here to cover. And there you go. Instead, we're here. Not good. What do we got here? We got res. This is where. Okay, so here's the thing with Junkrat. Chat. Where should a Junkrat be, do you think? Because you have to understand that, like, if I'm a hit scan here, I can play right here and I'm all Gucci. But you as Junkrat, you're like, I'm gonna have a hard time getting anything done here. Yeah, exactly. Go up here, throw a trap right here, and then go up here. And that McCree is either gonna destroy a trap and tell you that he's coming, or he's gonna walk in the trap and not gonna be able to shoot you. Throw a trap right here and sit right here and cover and just spam them out. It'll be easier to do damage from there, and you'll be safer. We had some target selection issues as well, but we'll see. Again, chat, what's the issue here? Like, this is just not good. This is the second time this has happened. You're going in early, exactly. Like, what is this Junkrat, what does this McCree have to do other than roam around like an old, like, he's like Jacob Marley, like, ooh, like looking for souls of torment here. He's got nothing else better to do. He's got no distractions, nothing else. I mean, arguably, you could very reasonably expect if you wait till your tanks are actually starting to walk through the top right choke a little bit, you could probably catch him napping right here again. In other words, you could probably catch him here again. Or at the very least, maybe he'd be up on high ground or something, right? But instead, you're going so far ahead that if this McCree doesn't kill you, then the rest of the Mei will, or the Bap will, or the Ryan will pin across the high ground and go chase you down. They've got nothing else better to do. Do it. Brilliant. Fine, don't get greedy. Please don't. Please. Again, chat. Do we see it again? So this is, I'm going to have a little more mercy here because it's easier to lose context of what's actually going on mid-fight. So I'm going to cut you a little more slack. You know, we're going to give you an inch instead of a foot, okay? But the problem here is that once again, you get a kill, great, okay? But look at where you are compared to where your team is. And not only that, you're going for an extremely high risk play because if you miss this, you're in the middle of the open space. It's not like, oh, I went for the 2-tap, I failed, but I can hide. No, you are dead. If this Ana doesn't die, even if the Ana dies, you're still going to die to the McCree. But like, this just isn't worth it. Like, Look at how far ahead of your team you are. Look at how far ahead of your team you are. Honestly, your positioning has not been bad. You have been out. It has been bad twice. It has been bad when you push the Zarya too far, when you should have been doubling back and going this way. It has been bad when he played out in the open here, which will kind of count as the same thing. Hydrate and be nice. Okay, give me a sec. And it has been bad when he played out in the open here. So we need to do a better job of playing around cover, for sure. But you seem to have the general idea of what Junkrat is supposed to do in terms of not just AFK raw spamming. Okay? There's your be nice. You're doing a good job, for the most part, about your Junkrat macro, for the most part. But your timing is way off. Your discipline with your positioning is off in terms of you're playing out in the open unnecessarily. And the micro detail is that you're not having consistent double binds on engage, which is hurting your engage quality, okay? You literally have mouse one unbound in McCree. You are an abomination. I hope your parents disown you. Your parents would disown you if they even spoke to you anymore. Okay, so this is another situation where like we can really utilize a cute angle here. So let's talk about this engage here, okay? You can go top right. So what's the priority here? What's the priority here? You go top right. Where do you immediately start shooting as Junkrat? Or like you make sure it's clear first. Right here, right? Shoot here. Now why do you do that? Because those are the people that are going to be shooting in the back, the high ground. Exactly. You get rid of these guys. As long as these guys are gone, then what can you do now? Now that this is clear, what can you do and where can you go? Yes, you can shoot up to high, or you can even go for a combo engage. Yes, you're at a risk of being shot, but you can do it quickly, right? You can do it quickly. Bang, bang, up here. Clear high ground, kamikaze in there, and then you hold high ground again, and then you can throw your trap down and just spam, 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 spam. Exactly. Step by step by step. Clear space, take the space. Clear space, take the space. So let's see what we do. A little pressure here is good. Okay, so now this is great. Like this is just, oh, this is brilliant. I really, really hope that we do this quickly. So you clear this angle here. You spam the Mei and the Kree out. Now, what does this mean? It means that now you can engage up here without any fear of repercussions. Now, I do not want you to chase this because, again, it's a long way off, but more importantly, that this isn't really a big threat to your team at all. The high ground is, this Ryan is, this Zarya is, or the Bap and Ana is, are, excuse me. So you've cleared them out here, and now you've got a free engage. Let's see. Let's see what we do. This man. Okay, chat. This is the juice. This is the juice, okay? I want you guys to pay very close attention to this because this is why Junkrat is better on defense. Because the nice thing about Junkrat on defense is he can take a position without having to use concussive mind. Do you hear me? I know you weren't spamming, but it was the joke. That's the joke. Laugh. Laugh. Please clap. Okay. So you can play here and spam this choke, so this is really how you're going to lose this fight here. I think it's going to be here. Now I look at the enemy comp and I don't see anybody that will contest this. So if I don't see anybody that can contest this, then you don't need to worry about it. But you can also utilize this to peek down here and spam them from this angle as well, or you can spam from here on main. So yeah, the whole thing of like the Shimada brother thing, I like that. Like obviously, like until you're proven otherwise, assume that they're going to utilize this high ground because like this high ground is how you lose a lot of the time. So like check this, and then as soon as you see they're on nothing mobile, you just start spamming hard main. Now what I want to see here is I want you to have a trap placed ahead of time. Where's your trap? Oh, you went for one of those traps. Okay. But as quickly as you can, I would put a trap on either high ground here. You could put a trap here, or you could put a trap on here. If they go Sombra, Tracer, Genji, Doomfist, Ball, Monkey, Flanking, Diva, whatever, you already have it set up ahead of time as quickly as you can. No, don't drop. Why are you dropping? Why are you dropping? It is harder for you to spam. It is less safe for you to spam. I think that you're scared of somebody going up top right high ground, but that trap is worthless. Trap is worthless. Trap is worthless. Trap is worthless. Like, it's just gonna get destroyed. Like, accidentally half the time. Yeah, this is no good. And your angle here is so bad, too. Like, the thing is like, the nice thing about this position here, I mean, okay, you tell me, Magaman, you're not 4 years old. Why is this high ground useful in terms of, like, getting spam on main? Now, obviously, you should know at this point in time that they do not have mobility, so you don't need to worry about Hanzo or Genji peeking out and one-shotting you. Good LOS, right? You can easily bounce shots behind rain shield. You can, if Rein pushes through main, you can shoot behind Rein shield. Exactly. Better, safer. Exactly. You don't need fire strikes. You don't need bull crap. You can sit here. And again, you're still not an LOS of hit scan. Because like, I understand like you don't want to play out in the open here, but you can be like, you can like hug here and you get the same, like no hit scan can shoot you. Legit nothing can shoot you. I mean, and that's and you can like that's pretty much it. Like those are the two reasons right there. If they push in, you're off, and then Rein is getting bullied out even more. Exactly. So if this Rein walks in and starts screwing with your Rein, you're gonna be like lighting him up. Like you have an off angle established, and you have an off safe ox angle established. Exactly. Like that's the idea. Is you don't want to let Rein shield do work. Your job as Junk is not to break Rein shield unless there's literally nothing else you can do. Your job as Junk is, if you can't, ignore Rein shield. And that's just true for every DPS. If you can shoot anything but Rein shield, then you're basically removing the value that Rein shield brings. If you have nothing but Rein shield, you break it. But if you can shoot things other than Rein shield, then do so because it's more valuable. Now, obviously, if it's a Widow across the map, then you're gonna hit like 1 out of every million shots. It's not worth it. But if you can shoot something easily that's not Rein shield, do not shoot Rein shield. And somehow that trap goes, where the trap actually gets you. Did somebody actually walk in your trap? Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, what? I can't make this up, man. Like, what? You're the luckiest son of a gun, man. What on earth? Oh, jeez. But see, do you see how like you didn't want to play high ground because you were scared of hit scan, I assume, and yet you're even more at risk of hit scan? Like your Rein is dead. Like what do you do now? You know? Look at you. Look at you. You blithering idiot. Get off the ground. You know that they're not running Genji or Hanzo or anything. Or Echo or anything. Like any conceivable thing that could threaten you in high ground angle, you're not utilizing at all. So refresh your trap like here, right? Or maybe here. I don't know. I mean, it's too late to put it there. But this is like Torb turret. I'd probably like you to put your trap up ahead of time than to throw it in a really crappy place mid-fight because you didn't place it ahead of time. So in other words, between fights, throw it here and then resume spamming, and you don't have to think about it. If this trap never gets triggered because nobody walks this way, fine. It did its job. Even if they accidentally didn't go there, at least you have the peace of mind of knowing that they won't use this flank on you. But the big thing is just like we're standing here. What? What are you doing? Like I unironically would prefer you to be here, spamming in here, than I would be here. At least you'll have like some sort of angle contest and better cover. But you know, funny Junkrat's just busted. So I mean, there you go. I don't like it that it's the fact that it's LOS and main, but you know, but this feels almost like accidental. Funny. Good job. Better than it was in main. I'll give you that. Again, though, like the Pharah is not even making you leave this high ground, and you're giving it up. Like she can't two-tap you, and you're leaving the high ground without even being bullied to. And again, if you're really not going to play high ground, we've already talked about where a better position is, and that's here. If you're not going to position high ground, go here. If Pharah's bullied you off of here, then don't just accept it and just accept your fate elsewhere. How would you break this if you were blue team? I mean, I don't know. There's a million ways to break Hanamura. It's hard, but it's doable. And you're dead. We're dead because we got fluxed. We're fluxed because we stood in the middle of the open. Chat, what do we think about this positioning here? It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. Just like be in the position to drop. Like you can utilize this pole's cover. So I think I would like you to be here. And then you can also drop. And then they spam you out, you drop. And then they push high ground. And then you re-engage and like, again, like kamikaze. You're gonna have to like just take risks as Junkrat sometimes. But you can calculate those risks. So you're gonna shoot, you're gonna shoot, you're gonna shoot. Don't drop, don't drop, don't drop, don't drop. Drop now. Now re-engage. But this is not it. If you're going to go in, so first off, you don't even really have to go in. You could go to point here and spam from here. Maybe, right? Or you could play underneath, or you could wrap around behind. But you would either wrap around behind and engage here, or you'd conk up here and directly go up backline. Like you would just go in. So again, high risk, high reward, and low risk, low reward. But this is high risk, low reward. This is not what we want. You're concussive mining in the middle of the open high ground that you've just given up. The McCree's stealing your angle. Exactly. So you either take it from him or you fight in a way where that angle doesn't matter. Do you hear me? That applies to any hero in Overwatch. You either fight for that angle and take it away, or you play in a way where it doesn't matter. So you go around behind where it's like, okay, McCree is high ground, sucks, but it doesn't matter. Or you either fight him for it. But you don't just stand out in the open. Like, exactly. Like, right there. Like, I've said this before, but Helen Keller could have seen this one coming, right? Funny joke. But, like, I think I go in way when I don't have the resources to back up to pull it off. Yeah, I think your timing is especially really bad. Like, you want your 2 mines, if you can. 1 for engage, 1 for kill. And you want your team at least somewhere in the general area, right? So having your team's follow-up and having cooldowns is good. Yeah, I think in general your positioning needs work, because we've died, I think 4 times or 5 times actually due to like sloppy positioning.